Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome to my Infinite Warfare trailer. Is this a trailer? This is a mission breakdown. I'm going to be going through as thoroughly as I possibly can this little section of gameplay from Infinite Warfare, telling you guys as much information as I can. For this first little bit, there's not too much going on, there's not too much detail other than the obvious stuff. We're in a ship, we're in space, we're called the Retribution, and we're just seeing some gameplay here. Something that you are going to notice as soon as we go through this door, we get some new information here, which you can read. That's not too important, but you can see there's a space battle going on outside, and that's really the only major part to the campaign section of this story. But right as soon as we get into here, this is where the interesting stuff starts happening. So right here, you can see that there is a frame or two of these descriptions of all of these planets. This is Mercury. You can see it says contains the planet Mercury and all satellites within its gravitational sphere of influence, entirely under UNSA control. This sector is primarily controlled by the China-based interests. Moving on, we have the Earth cluster, which contains the planet Earth and all satellites within its gravitational sphere of influence. This area is the primary seat of the UNSA power. So this tells me this is just the lore, the backstory of the universe. This is world building here. The UNSA is probably what we're playing as. I forget. But yes, this sounds like the good guys. Now, the description of Earth is very interesting to me. Seat of the UNSA and home to the majority of the solar system's population, also primary client of mining and industrial operations. System-wide, despite terraforming efforts on Mars, this remains the only planet hospitable to life. This is very interesting. This is World Building 101. This is telling you what we have tried, what they have failed at, and just more about the history of this game we're about to play. Right here we have the moon, Luna. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite being anything that orbits the Earth or anything we're talking about. It is the home of the Gateway. This is important. The Gateway, the main port for people, products, and resources being transported to Earth from across the solar system. After arrival at Gateway, the final leg of the journey is undertaken via orbital lift platform. This sounds like something that's going to be important in the game if you ask me. And here it's very brief, but this looks like a mission objective to me there. If we go back to that other screen, we can see 4 red triangles as well as three different yellow squares. If we listen to the dialogue, we hear someone say there's like 4 conflicts here, which completely line up with the 4 red triangles. These look like our mission objectives, but the yellow squares looks like it could be where we could start from, I guess, because we're going to start with this yellow square right next to the Earth here and that red triangle right there. But I imagine if we wanted to go to Venus or Saturn, we would start at a different yellow triangle or yellow square, if that makes any sort of sense. And I do want to give a quick shout out to Pluto. You go you. Now this is all typical stuff. I do want to mention that it did look like they faded to black and then brought us back in a different location. This looks like a scene change to me. I'm not quite sure. Here we're walking through this. We get the typical futuristic stuff. Right here we can see the tactical. That's a shield we're going to see later. But the R1, the 4 he has, it looks like some sort of robot. I'm not entirely sure what that is going to be in the future. And this stuff right here, this frame is really, really sad because we see boost rig connected, which is very, very unfortunate. We'll get to that later in this video. Don't you worry. And then we get our helmet. And of course, we see a whole bunch of different stuff pop up on the screen, like just technical stuff. There is an artificial audio maker in there as well for all of the people saying there's no sound in space. But also we get this really cool sort of, I don't know what you call it, just quick time event, I guess, before a mission. I would imagine this is a loading screen, like it's going to make us do these certain things, and then it's going to load up the level, whichever one we decided, and then it's going to launch us out to that. Something that I did want to notice as we hopefully prepare to launch here pretty quickly. It looks like there is another scene change. It looks like it fades to black as soon as we exit, and then we're boosted into conflict here. And in this new jet fighter, space fighter, whatever we're going to call it, we have flares, we have some thrusters, we have some guns. It looks like we might be able to switch guns, and from what we've been able to tell, or what we've been told, I guess, this is not on rails, and if you can see, the autopilot is actually off. so it's even more hinting towards a free roaming kind of choose your own enemy target thing. And again, we have another some dip to black scene change, and it looks like this could be later on in the mission, some sort of for the sake of time E3 event. We're kind of just skipping, we get the idea, and then we move right ahead. And if you ask me, this boots out as soon as we exit and go into space is super awesome. And I want to point out the gameplay. We have the L1, the bumpers, we have our special grenades, new equipment, we have 4 of our other equipment. I'm not sure exactly what it is. He's gonna use it in the future here, and it's going to trace. I'm not sure if it kills or just stuns people. We are using, if this is not an M4A1, I don't know what it is. I'm going to put it up side by side with an M4A1 from Modern Warfare 3, because that is definitely an M4, and that gets me super excited because I love real weapons. We have a hybrid sight, and we do have killing hit markers. They make a return, which is awesome. And we are going to go all the way over here. We're going to use another grenade, but more importantly, we're going to switch weapons to right here. Some people may have missed this. This is the ERAD. This is the P90. This is our high ammo capacity, high rate of fire SMG, it looks like. And from here, there's nothing too much to talk about. He's just kind of doing some cool moves, getting that grapple. You can see we can cancel the grapple at any point in time. That looks very interesting. There is the earth in the background, which is super cool. And again, all of this is really being presented as seamless, which is probably why they dip to black and they are breaching here in typical Call of Duty fashion. Something to take note here, as we activate gravity, we get a new set of equipment. This is the second or third set of equipment we get here. Now, I'm not sure if it's dependent upon where you're at. It seems to be that if you're in command, you get this set of equipment. If you're in space, you get this set of equipment. And if you're on the ground, you get this set of equipment. But we are going to get to see, this is the shield and this is the anti-gravity grenade, and we're going to get to see that in action here. And again, it looks like there is another scene change, dip to black, come back to the action as soon as we get the point here. More Call of Duty stuff. We're going to see the shield. Something about the shield is you're going to notice there's a power meter, and as soon as he kind of hits the guy, it drains the power meter, and as the scene continues, it's going to refill on its own. So it looks like it's a timed thing. And we've got those really cool anti-gravity grenades. Again, this is campaign, so I'm not sure if that's going to be in multiplayer, but it might be a new form of stun grenade. And here is the frames that I didn't want to talk about. You can see right here, can you see it? We're sliding, and there's a boost meter, exactly like Black Ops 3. This is unfortunate. I'm not the biggest fan of Black Ops 3 movement. It's nothing compared to the Advanced Warfare movement, so it's alright, and I'm interested to see an Infinity Ward's take with it, but it's just not something that I'm too keen on. Again, he uses his shield once it's ready and has that little boost, or not boost meter, that power meter right there. But in order to take your mind away from the boost meter, we have the return of contextual leaning, baby. Didn't we all miss it? Contextual leaning, and he takes down this robot. This little QuickTime event looks like it's just like any other campaign QuickTime event if you're about to be meleeed by somebody, and he again finishes his job. He activates the or deactivates the gravity and opens up the airlock and everything. And something else to note about this, going back to what I was saying about the equipment, was that he gets another new set of equipment here. We're back to our grapple and our other grenade that we have. So again, it really looks like we're going to have different loadouts. It almost looks like for the different sections of missions, which could be interesting. I don't know, just a little detail I thought I would point out to you. But that is it. That is all I was able to find here in the Infinite Warfare trailer. Tell me, what are your guys' thoughts? What have you found? What did I miss? Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.